This is one of those instances, right, where all of a sudden the dialogue in Washington pivots on a dime. That's why we're bringing in Terrance Evans to discuss the seat. He is a partner at Duane Morris law firm. Terrance, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir, for joining us this
Th-
afternoon. So let's talk about Justice
Thank you
Breyer,
for
right?
having me.
Our pleasure. A Jewish American kid born and raised in a middle class family in San Francisco, active in local politics. I even got word that when he was chosen by Clinton, he was actually coming out of Boston, which is my hometown, home city. So he's been doing this 30 years now. That activism paid off as he became the pick of then, as I just mentioned earlier, President Clinton to sit on the Supreme Court. Talk about his legacy from then up until now.
Absolutely. Justice Breyer has a legacy as a consensus builder. Although he is progressive, he has worked across the aisle to try to get support for important issues before the court, including Obamacare, including voting rights, affirmative action, and that advocacy to his colleagues on the right has paid off. Um, it is his hope, I'm sure, that whoever replaces him on the court will continue that legacy of consensus building as the court looks at some very important decisions impacting civil rights in the near term.
All right, so here's something that's been the debate. I mean, the topic of conversation. This pick that Biden has to choose in terms of filling Breyer's seat, it doesn't change the landscape of the court. It's still going to be leaning more conservative, even if his replacement is liberal. Is this just more so symbolic, nominating a black woman?
I think it's more than symbolic. Um, I think as we look to the future of the court and the possibility that there could be other justices who retire, Justice Thomas, for example, is the second oldest judge on the court. It's important to have folks who will carry on the legacy of fighting for civil rights and able to articulate civil rights issues in a way that can solidify the history as we move forward. I believe it was Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg that said that dissents are not written for the present, they're written for the future. So you want somebody who has the ability to articulate that vision and look forward as we try to hopefully um, have somebody in place who will be able to stand up for the same values that Justice Breyer did.
All right, so and I mentioned this earlier, right? One of President Biden's campaign
Yes.
promises was to appoint a black woman in the event that he was given the opportunity to do so. Now, seeing how his approval rating isn't good, he's not doing well at all. I think it's about 40% right now. That's lower than Trump. Is this just political?
I think it's more than political, but I think it does have some important political implications. It's no secret that Black women, as a constituency, are the backbone of the Democratic Party. They have supported this party throughout history and in the most recent election helped to secure Biden's victory. I think, in addition to the candidates that have been discussed widely in the media, I would throw two additional California judges that should receive some consideration. You have Federal District Judge Holly Thomas, who was recently appointed to the Ninth Circuit. And then you have Terry L. Jackson, who was the first Black woman San Francisco Superior Court judge and the first Black woman presiding judge of the California Court of Appeal First District. So there are some very talented, capable women, in addition to Leandra Kruger, who has been discussed widely, who's California Supreme Court Justice, who's argued before the U.S. Supreme Court 12 times, that rightly should receive consideration. And I think visibility, along with those credentials, is incredibly important.
All right, well, he's going to need every single Democrat on board, right? Considering the top contenders, we know that Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, she received her full nominations, right? I believe it was 53, all 50 Democrats plus 3 Republicans, giving her that right to serve, on the U.S. Court of Appeals. What do you think about the top contenders at this point? I mean, do you think if Jackson is the person the president nominates, do you think she'll get any pushback considering she just got all 50 votes, all 50 Democrats plus 3 Republicans to agree?
No, actually, I think she would probably be the easiest to get confirmed, considering that she just went through the process and got at least 3 Republicans along with all 50 Democrats. She is on the D.C. Circuit Court, which has been the launching pad for many Supreme Court justices in the past. And she has incredible credentials in addition to having clerked for Justice Breyer. So she would be probably the easiest of all of those choices. But along with Justice Kruger from the California Supreme Court, Terry L. Jackson, and some of those other incredible women that we discussed, I think Biden has some great choices for a successor to Justice Breyer.
Yeah, absolutely. Ones that we can all be proud of. Terrance Evans, thank you so much for joining us today, sir.